Now, generational trauma isn't just an emotional idea. It's actually backed by science. Why do we inherit patterns that we don't even realize that we're carrying? Let's break it down to some simple terms. So let's start with the science. So epigenetics is the study of how experiences like trauma can change how our genes actually function. These changes don't alter the DNA itself, but affect which genes are effectively turned on or turned off. So think of it like a light switch. Trauma can flip certain switches in your genes, and those settings can be passed down for your future generations. Studies have shown that children of Holocaust survivors have higher levels of stress hormones, even though they didn't directly experience the trauma themselves. This just shows how deeply experiences can shape us and the generations that follow too. And trauma isn't just in our genes either. It's also how we're raised. Families can pass down patterns of behaviour, coping mechanisms, and even silence around certain topics. So it's like a program running in the background of your family system. So it could be unspoken rules and reactions to certain events that happen and that everybody seems to follow without questioning and without knowing why. So for instance, if a parent grew up in a household where emotions were never discussed, for example, they might avoid emotional conversations with their children, passing down a kind of fear of vulnerability. And these patterns can affect how we cope, how we interact, and how we connect with others. So here's the good news. It's not all bad. Understanding the science of generational trauma can be incredibly empowering. So if there is something that you think that you may have carried down that's not actually yours, it shows that trauma isn't our fault. But breaking the cycle can be our choice. So think of it like inheriting a house with broken windows. You didn't cause the damage, but you can choose to repair it so that future generations don't have to live with the same old drafts. Practical way to start is to start by observing patterns in your family and essentially asking, where do these behaviours or where do these beliefs come from? Awareness is definitely the first step towards change. So in this situation, knowledge most definitely is power. Understanding how generational trauma can really affect your behaviours and your beliefs that aren't necessarily yours. So the more you understand how trauma is passed down, the more equipped you are to heal and rewrite your story for yourself and your family. If this resonates with you and you found this interesting, please hit this like and subscribe button for more insights on healing and growth and how you can break these patterns of behaviour and beliefs. I'd love to hear what's one pattern in your family you'd like to explore or change. Let's start the conversation and support each other on this journey. Thank you very much for listening.